Are you ready for a little bit of Figma magic? If you look here, this is the Maven homepage. So there are a ton of different course cards, titles, descriptions, ratings, images. And if I was going to update all of these manually, it would take me forever. But not anymore, because there is a plugin that I'm so excited about called Kernel, and I'm going to show you how it works really quickly. So I'm going to select my grid, and I'm going to use the Select Layers plugin. I'm going to type in the name of my component, which is the course card, hit enter, and now I have everything selected in the layer list, and all I have to do is come in here, run kernel. I've already pointed it at the Maven database. I can hit apply all, and just like that, it's magic. It will actually cycle through all of the real Maven data and apply everything, so I can see all of the nasty edge cases with no images and different length of titles and ratings and everything automatically. You can actually design with real data using Kernel. Let's dive in. Kernel's vision is to make it so that we can design with real data more easily directly inside of Figma. Now, before I go any further, this isn't a sponsored post. They didn't ask me to do this. I'm just really excited about not only this product, but the entire space. As designers, we're going to start getting closer and closer to code and real data. And with the advancements in AI, it feels like this space is just heating up. So in this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about how Kernel works. We're going to set up some configurations, and then we can actually see what it's like to design with data directly inside of Figma. When you open up the Kernel plugin, the first thing you're going to see is this window. Now, they do a good job of helping you get started. You don't have to start from a blank slate. They have a content generator, which makes it really easy to just use better dummy data. But the real magic is when you start to create new libraries, and you can import your data however you'd like. For me, I actually connected directly to the JSON that we use at Maven. Super, super simple. If you don't know how it works, just ping an engineer and they can give you a JSON file in 20 seconds. And that way you have access to your full data set. Once you do that, your library is available right here. So if I click into Maven, for instance, I can see the full data set that we have available, and I can start injecting that directly into my components. For this example, I'm going to use the Spotify data because that's something that if you open up Kernel right now, you already have, and that way you can follow along. So if you click in here, you'll see they've given us album, artist, and track data that we can really quickly use. And if you install the plugin from the Figma community, there's a nice walkthrough file that will help you get started with some of the basics. Now, I actually made a full Spotify mockup here that we can use to play around, including some of their more common components and then some different layouts right here. So the first thing I'm going to walk you through is how to set up a new configuration, which is the word that Kernel uses for attaching data directly to components. So if I go in here and select an instance of a component, and I open up Kernel, you'll see this nice CTA to create a new configuration that is attached to the selected component. Pretty neat, huh? So if I click this, this is going to open up the layer list for the selected component. And then on the right here, it's going to show me all of the data that I can map that to. So I have 3 different layers that I can attach data to. So if I select the artist, I can come here, get the artist name, and as soon as you see the check mark, that means it's attached. So then I can move into the title. Let's get the album name, boom. And then the last piece is, let's select the cover, and if I scroll down here, it'll show me that I can map it to the album image like so. All I have to do is create configuration, hit save, and I am ready to use it. Pretty simple, right? So then all I have to do is come here, hit enter, select all of my instances. And if I run the Kernel plugin, it's automatically going to know that this component maps to the configuration that I just made. And if you want to double check, you can hit this menu button and it'll show you the configuration that is selected. So all I have to do is hit apply all, and just like that, I'm able to populate these components with a bunch of real data. And the reason this is important is, like you see here, it forces these decisions around truncation and resizing. And so right away I can tell, okay, well, this is not what I want it to look like. And so I can come into the component over here. I already have it set to fill container. So all I have to do is hit type settings and change it to truncate on resizing. And now my component is fixed and it matches the actual Spotify UI. Really quickly, let's do the same thing for the artist component. I can hit this button up here, view configurations. You can see I don't yet have a configuration made for this component. And the difference here is for the label text, this always stays artist. So I don't want to touch that. I'll just come to the artist, map that to the name, map this to the artist image instead of the album image, create configuration, and I am ready to run this. You'll see it selected the artist card. I can hit apply, and I have totally dynamic data with Sam Smith leading the charge. Hopefully you can see how powerful a tool like this is. One, it's going to save you a heck of a lot of time. There's a reason that one of Kernel's core value propositions is to design 10 times faster, but also it's going to shine a light on all of those weird edge cases that we have to consider as designers so that we can make sure that the way that our components are responding, the way that we're handling awkward lengths of text, different broken images, it's going to force us to figure all of that stuff out. I'm so excited to live in a world where design and engineering are both pulling from the same data source as a way to keep everyone in sync and save a bunch of time. I'll drop a link to Kernel in the comments, so definitely head over there and start playing with it today. They're a young team, but I'm so excited about everything that they're building, and this is definitely a space to watch.